Ever since I first met him at that coffee shop, my world spun differently. Jay was charming, with a charisma that left me breathless and a smile that filled the room with warmth. The way he'd get that mischievous twinkle in his eye whenever he was about to make a joke drew me in immediately. For the first few months, everything was perfect. We spent weekends exploring the city, shared lazy mornings in bed, and whispered secrets under the stars. Each moment was a testament to how deeply I was falling for him. He was attentive, constantly sending sweet texts and planning surprise dates. I found myself daydreaming about our future together, about a life that seemed promising in his hands. But as months passed, I noticed subtle changes. Jay began to pull away. First it was the unanswered texts, then cancelled dates, and soon, it was the questions he avoided. I'd brush it aside, convincing myself it was just work stress or maybe he was planning another surprise. I approached the topic carefully one night. His reassurance seemed genuine, but the doubt lurked below the surface. One chilly winter evening, as I was preparing dinner, he showed up at my doorstep unexpectedly. There was a nervous energy about him that set off alarms in my mind. Yet, I brushed it aside, opening the door wide with a welcoming smile. "We need to talk," he began, his voice heavy with an emotion I couldn't place. My heart started pounding in my ears, but I masked my anxiety with curiosity. He led me to the couch, taking my hand into his with a squeeze, comforting yet foreboding. I've been seeing someone else," Jay finally said, struggling over each word. A sharp breath escaped me, an emotion, close to betrayal, drenched the atmosphere. I stared at him, my mind racing, grappling with the raw truth of it while trying to maintain some semblance of composure. "How long?" was the only word I could croak out, my voice barely above a whisper. "A couple of months," he admitted, looking away, unable to meet my eyes, which were now brimming with tears. It felt like every joyful memory, every moment, had just shattered on the ground. In those agonizing seconds, my world tipped on its axis. However, the shock only deepened when I realized who it was he'd been seeing. "It's Jenna, isn't it?" I accused, my voice quivering. Jenna, my best friend, the one person I confided in about every relationship high and low. Her betrayal stung more than Jay's. He nodded, and the heaviness of my heart threatened to consume me completely. The room went silent, the air thick with pain. I had trusted them both, and they'd both decided to cut the deepest wound. And then, revealing his next bombshell, through a shaky breath he admitted, "I was going to tell you sooner, but Jenna is pregnant." At that moment, the universe seemed to collapse inward with the weight of his words. Not only had they betrayed me, but they had intertwined themselves in a way that felt irreversibly permanent. For days, I did nothing but lay in bed, emotions swirling from rage to heartbreak. Eventually, I found a letter in my mailbox, from Jenna, with a simple apology and a plea for understanding. But trust was something I couldn't easily rebuild, not after everything. In the end, I decided to leave town and start anew, away from the tainted memories of whispering secrets and broken promises. It wasn't easy, but step by step, I began to heal, finding strength in my solitude. While the past still echoed some days, I knew this was where my true journey began, not defined by betrayal, but by my resolve to find happiness, whatever form that might take.